John, let me bring you back to a more philosophical ground.
All right.
Progress, you're also smart because you are looking back.
On this?
Yes, when you're looking back and now you can see it and you can enjoy it.
But I love this when it came out.
No.
Yeah.
But, you know, I understand it. But the point here is to do intentionally bad taste, you know, is like to do anything intentionally is in itself a very tricky business.
Yes.
And American movies, for me, for example, they mostly screw their comedies because they don't trust the intelligence of the viewers. You always have to rub it in and rub it in again, rub it in again. We know that. But also for the director, you know, the point is here: how much should he know about his comedy stuff? How much should he keep a straight face, so to speak, in his stuff, and trust that the future will find what he should not put in intentionally? That's my...
the way I do it is I direct every actor I ever have in my movies to say the lines completely as they believe it. Never wink at the audience. Because I do think that people, if they come to my movies, they know they're supposed to be funny in the beginning. You don't have to say, get it, get it. And even like on Cecil B. Demented, even the scene where Stephen Dorff had to lick the Panavision camera, I said, do it like, don't ever wink at the audience. Like, do it like you actually are so overcome by the love of film that you have to lick a camera. And I think it's funnier that way, always. What you're saying about Hollywood is they're dumbing it up. You know, they always say make sure people get it, underestimate the audience and everything. And I think you can make jokes. In Polyester, I had a scene where they have a Margarita Duras triple feature at the drive-in. Now, believe me, Mid-America is not going to get that joke. But I knew Vincent Canby would, the critic of the New York Times. And he did mention it. And later people said, what is that? Who is Margarita Duras? Yeah. And the funniest thing, when we shot that scene and put it on the marquee, people tried to come to the movie. It was called The Truck. So they thought they were coming to see like an action movie. And that's the kind of thing where you can make a joke that people don't get, but so what? Maybe they ask about it. Maybe they get it later. And when I did an interview with Kaida Cinema this year, the guy told me that when he started, he was really mad in Polyester when we showed Divine reading Kaida Cinema. He was offended by it, but said he realized he was wrong. He realized it was a joke and everything. But that first movie, when they saw it, they were mad about it because they thought I was making fun of it. But I was making fun of with it, because everything I try to do when I make fun of things I really like. And I think that's very important in comedy. I think nothing's funny if you make a movie about something you hate. I mean, it can be for about 10 minutes. But then mean-spirited comedy, it doesn't really work unless you love what you're making fun of. You're talking about bad taste. I look up to it because it's a freedom I don't have. I do care what people think. I don't sit on my front steps in my underpants and give people a finger when they go by. You know, I'm jealous of people that do that because they don't care. They really don't care what people think. So bad taste is a great freedom if you have it. And so the people that have it, I respect as long as they aren't doing it to make fun of people.
Right. Well, my point was, people, if they are not as gifted as you are, should stay away from trying to make bad taste. And just hope it is in bad taste, but don't try it. You know. Well, let's put it this: Umberto Eco with The Name of the Rose or all his stuff. He always understood that on the most superficial level, it should make sense as a book as such. Like this. And all the other layers are something Middle America should not even think about it. Just for all the other film people who enjoy a good film, a good story, but also like to be entertained and intellectually challenged and have this smirks and not the laughter of Angela, because have two Angelas in a movie theater and you just have to leave, you know. But you can stay there. Well, so anyway, this way it takes, and I know you do that, it takes a lot of constructing even this way, that it at the end looks very easy going and even simple, you know. But this bad taste stuff is a very difficult thing to achieve. The wrong thing is to go in and say, let's be bad taste.
I agree. The best bad taste are when they aren't in on the joke. Showgirls. He made that movie seriously. That movie was serious, but it couldn't be funnier. I mean, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls is a perfect example of a great, really bad taste movie.
But, you know, Rosa von Braunheim's early stuff was done so intentionally that I still couldn't stand it, but later he got better, you know. But in the beginning he was too German in the intention. You could see it. You could see the finger.
Well, you're saying that they're trying too hard.
Yes.
Which, you see, but bad taste in America has now become Hollywood movies. It's on every television show. It's no longer new. Kids don't make trashy movies. The independent films aren't. Hollywood does now. These big, bad comedies. So it's come full circle. The only gross things that now people try to make are Hollywood. It's over. The golden age of trash is over. And it's been over for a long time. And well, no, but at my last, I mean, Pecker isn't trashy. Cecil B. DeMenton isn't trashy. It might be whatever it is, but it's not, it's about terrorism. It's not really bad taste. I mean, yes, they give Melanie a makeover to look different, but those days are ended. I mean, and I think they really ended when pornography became legal. And there was no rules left anymore. So you had to reinvent everything. And then everybody started to glorify this as a genre, but they were in on the joke. Irony has infected all humor. And real exploitation and real trash never uses irony, because the audience that's made for it doesn't want that, because you know you're laughing at them, and you are. Satire or irony is elitist. You are making fun of the original people that like this genre, and they know it. And so that's why it's a tricky thing, because with movies you have to appeal to everybody. So I'm talking about that Margarita Duras joke. Well, regular people that don't know who Margarita Duras is, and I'm not judging them for not knowing who Margarita Duras is, but it was a fancy drive-in with people drinking champagne, and they got the joke. It was a chic drive-in, which has never really happened that I know of. So you have to do jokes on a couple levels, really, for all different audiences. You have to do them for the critics, because you know what they're going to hate and what they're going to like. You don't always know, but I'm not against putting in critic bait. You know, every once in a while. Yeah.
What do you think of serious comedy, like Woody Allen?
I like Woody Allen very much. I'm the most jealous of his career. An American director that can make one movie a year, exactly what he wants, without asking anybody. I met him. I was in his last movie, in Sweet and Lowdown. And I said to him, is it true, I read in a book about you, that the day you finish the first draft of your script, you write, is the first day of pre-production? And he said, I guess, yeah. And I said, I hate you. You know, because no director has that freedom to do that. And he continues to make movies that are an incredible body of work. That's the thing I respect the most about a director. There are going to be ups and downs and everything, but still, you can pick any of them and know what a Woody Allen movie is. I like films that you watch it without the credits and that director takes you into that world, even if you hate that world. I'm for that. And I think that is the imprint. You know, that's what a director can do. But I like some Hollywood movies, even the worst kind, some kind of like. I don't know. I like the Titanic. I did. But you probably saw it after all the hype. You know, sometimes that can ruin a movie. Anyone else on the bad taste issue here? What is European purpose bad taste? I'm trying to think of a version, a bad taste European comedy that was international.
Man Bites Dog?
Yeah, that was one.
What was it? Film.
Man Bites Dog.
Louis de France.
Which one?
Louis de France.
Yeah.
What's
It's French.
How about Francois Ozon?
Yeah.
But Francois Ozon, I like him very much. Have you seen his film? They're
It's very Fassbinder again.
Yeah, did you see the Francois Ozon picture when he remade a fake Fassbinder movie? It was so good.
I know.
It was so good.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
What's the title? I forgot.
Water on Burning Rocks or something. Yes? But do you all feel, in all your work, no matter what you've done, that the American bad tasting in any way has affected your work? Whatever you do, in comedy or irony or that kind of thing?